Thanks, Mai.
Hi, everybody, and welcome along for today, the 6th of February, 2022. As we all know, that means we're closing in on Valentine's Day. So welcome along, and we look forward to your company today. Special show today. Always good to have Ainslie Clubb with us. He's going to be talking about gold and oil today. We'll have a recording from Gordon, who's pretty excited about the volatility of stocks. We'll be hearing from him afterwards. I'll introduce Ainslie, then I will introduce Ainslie again, then we'll do the Gordon recording a little bit later on. It comes in a weekend where we've seen the market continue to push up in the crypto space, Bitcoin up. I would suggest what I've seen many of the altcoins in the crypto market rallying after a pretty long, solid sell-off. So we'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the week ahead. But really, we're not here to talk crypto. We are here to talk gold and oil, and that is why we have our gold and oil expert with us. Ainslie, can you lead us away with gold? Interesting market. Boy, every time I think, here we go, here we stop. Then here we go, but we stop. What's happening this week, Ainslie?
What can I say about gold at the moment? Seasonals indicate that it should be rallying. It should be doing all sorts of things at this time of the year, or December, January. And as you have been off for the last couple of months, so it's nice to see everybody back here again. But let me just share a screen of my darling gold, which has done very, very little, unfortunately, everyone. What can I say? Every time we thought it would break out, it's come back in. It's consolidated, it's got its hopes up, and then the hopes are dashed, and it's just been backwards and forwards. And even if we flick across to a weekly chart, let me just pull down the weekly chart. I think it's even more indicative of how much gold has gone nowhere since pretty much the beginning of last year. Let's just say it had a bit of a hissy fit, flew down and came back, and it's basically for the last year and a bit now has stayed well within this little area here, with the majority of it just flicking between. Now this is even with talk of inflation. This is even with talk of all the other bits and pieces that are happening in the economy, that the US dollar is not doing well, that bond rates and bond yields were at one point net negative. So that should have pushed gold up as well. That hasn't happened. But one of the reasons I'm showing you from a technical point of view is look here on the weekly, and it's even scarier. You see, this is the pivot. The pivot, that is a monthly pivot, so a really, really strong level. Monthly pivot is joined now by the 20 EMA, the 50 EMA lying flat as a dog. Look at MACD. Now, if anybody knows about a MACD, MACD has been flat as. That indicates no momentum, consolidation, going nowhere fast. ADX, sorry, the DI plus and the DI minus, both pointing down. ADX down at, actually it's technically about 14 on the daily, but it is going nowhere at the moment. Now, all I can do and all I can say is I'm waiting and sitting patiently at the moment, because when gold does go, it will go. It will be a default mechanism for a lot of things. As you can see, even over the 4-hourly chart, last week it was impossible to trade. Even trying to pick something, waiting for that second bounce up, and that would bring you straight back down again. Or you had non-farm payrolls, which were, and nobody can guess non-farm payrolls at the moment anyway, so it doesn't matter. But down it went and up it came back again. So at the moment, Paul, what we have here is basically a very wide berth to be given on my beautiful gold, and we'll just have to wait for the right set of events for it to turn up, and then we'll be good to go. But at the moment, it is a no-go zone.
I like what you say, Ainslie. I think it's a really valid point. You know, one of the things with gold, often if you put a line from one end of a range to the other and then put it up or down, the longer its range, the further it goes. And this has been a decent range. And the probability here that when it pulls out of it, it's going to go a fair way, I think is a really good comment. And look, as traders, I guess you've got this, surely people aren't replacing gold with crypto. Surely they understand that that is taking a very stable asset and replacing it with a very unstable asset. And to do that as a hedge against bad times would appear to be, foolhardy. So I've got to assume that there's something else at play, and we will see this recreate at some point.
I agree. And look, the difference between gold and crypto is crypto, there is no intrinsic value. With gold, there is an intrinsic value. It does have value. It does have store of value. So they're the deciphering. That is deciphering for me, major reason. I'm not saying crypto isn't an asset class that could be used for something else, but given the volatility of crypto, beginning of last week, they were saying, oh no, this is the end of crypto, anything below 32, and we're going to just see it disappear. And it didn't happen at all. And it rallied on the week, over the weekend. And I think it started to do the rally. It started to rally Friday when gold was still trying to work out what day it was. I don't think there is a correlation. I don't think one's replacing the other. I think they serve two different purposes at the moment. And at the moment, as you said, when you see a large period of consolidation with gold and then it finally gets its traction, it will go. It will go. And it's just a matter of being patient and waiting for it. I mean, I've tried a couple of times to get in and been cut fairly badly. As you can see, I mean, totally inexplicable moves up and down. It's just, at least with oil, I've got a better idea of, Russian troops assembling or a landslide or whatever in Nigeria. So if we've got things happening, I can understand it. With gold, oh gee. So patience, and patience.
Yeah, look, it's great advice, Angie. There's patience, isn't it? And look, one of the things we do know about gold as well is that gold loves levels. And when it finally does break this level around, 1680 with a bit more decision, 1660 will come into play pretty quickly. 1860 will come into play with pretty quickly. Sorry, yeah. We're
not at 1660. No.
I think we're doing crypto. We're just dropping at 10% in a couple of hours. Look, that is gold, and I'd like to introduce you again. We can go to Gordon's video. Maybe in future we'll do Gordon's video, and I'd quite like to stay with you. Look, yesterday morning I was catching up with a trading friend of mine from overseas. You know of him, a guy who works for a major fund as an analyst, and he said to me, "Oil's going to go to $200."
Yep.
Jeepers creepers. Do you know the first thing I thought, Ainsley? I thought, I'm going to buy a hybrid. I'm going to buy a hybrid. I can't. $200. It's going to cost me. I'm following up my car every weekend. But he was pretty clear, and it's his area. He's bloody good at it, and I thought it was really interesting. And what we're about to do, Ainsley, is if you're a trader and you're just jumping in now and having a look, I'm about to ask Ainsley to talk about oil. Before you watch this, go and have a chat about the things he's just done on gold, and have a look at the difference between what a sideways or ranging market looks like versus a trending market. See the difference in how markets extend and go sideways